Now we're live all over the world.
All right, hold on now. I got to get a good tune. I got a tune going. Got to start the show. And this camera is all over the place. So I don't know what to say about Detective America on Facebook. It ain't looking good. But all I can say is
Two trailer park girls go round the outside, round the outside, round the outside.
We got a bogey. I'm on the way.
two Frankie Park girls go round the outside, round the outside, round the outside. Yeah. Chicka chicka boom. Guess who's back? Stevie's back. Stevie's back. Back again. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Yeah, that's right, baby. That's right, I'm back. Back with a vengeance. Back. Who is this Matt Kwiatkowski guy taking my spot? I am a monster. That's right. So, welcome back.
I don't know. I don't know that other guy that was on. He was pretty good.
He was pretty good. And you know what? I tried to solicit him to take the show over because I'm not.
No, not the Matt guy. Not the Matt guy.
My BF. My BFF.
The Andy guy.
Yeah,
wait, I'm sitting the holiday spirit. Hold on. There we go.
That's my BFF, dude. And let me tell you something. It was so funny because we were supposed to have him on one week and I had to cancel. And he didn't want to come on unless I was on the show. And then the next week I had to cancel.
That's the story we made up.
Listen, guy loves me. So the bottom line is this. I was out. So, I mean, I know I finally posted I've gotten a little bit, I don't know, with Facebook and everything, I don't really like to post too much about my personal life anymore. But what happened was I finally decided to post because I felt it important enough for people to try and, how do I put it? Understand what they need to do in life. I was diagnosed early on, and just a routine test discovered I think they're saying rare. I don't know. It was called a gastrointestinal stromal tumor. And where were we, Frank, when this started to bother me? Last February, I remember. When
you were down here, yeah, you went home a day early.
That was for Florida Hunt, right?
Yeah.
So during the Florida Hunt, I started developing pains in my abdomen. It was, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but they were phantom pains.
Well, keep talking because I have to go look for something real quick.
And so it brought me to a gastrointestinal doctor that, hey, got to look into my gut, see what's going on. So that really went south real quick because I got involved with this real nice nurse practitioner who tried to figure out what was wrong, and we couldn't. And so they started doing CAT scans and ultrasounds. So that was when I discovered I had non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Well, let's face it, I was eating like shit. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner was pizza. Snack was pizza. So I wasn't eating too good. So I decided to change my diet drastically. And I did. But in all aspects, I was still having these stomach pains, and we didn't know what it was. And one day I was somewhere, we'll say, and I couldn't take it anymore. A friend of mine I was having these stomach pains, and my friend is there, and his friend is a gastrointestinal doctor. So I said, dude, I can't take it. I said, I got to call your guy. I called this doctor, and he said, come in tomorrow. Now, you were talking a specialist. Can you come in tomorrow? Yep, I can come in. I tell him what's going on, that they wanted to try and the other doctor wanted to do an endoscopy on me to check my stomach to see if that was the cause of the pain. And I'm like, nah, don't feel like that. Don't feel like that. So I go in, he goes, you want an endoscopy? He goes, you know what? Be here tomorrow. All right. Be here tomorrow. Next day I had the scope done. And I came out of it, and he says, he goes, listen, he goes, I found a nodule in your stomach. And I was like, oh, you did? Huh. Okay. He goes, I want you to get some further testing. So I now went to another doctor where they did endoscopy with ultrasound. So I guess they open you up and get an ultrasound thing in there and start taking tests. Well, that turned into the gastrointestinal stromal tumor, which I was told was rare and was very small, was only 2 centimeters. And the way the doctor told me was, when it's small, it's low risk, but they grow into cancer. Oh, okay. So I guess this thing's coming out. So long story short, we're talking from February to November 14th. It took me all this time to go to doctors, pick out a surgeon. So I go over to Philly, University of Penn. Sorry about that. I hit that other camera. University of Penn. And I pick out a doctor. I can't get this Facebook camera working too well, and I apologize. Trying my best here, guys. Oh, there we go. So I go over to University of Penn, and I pick out a doctor, and he goes, we can't. We're supposed to be able to do it laparoscopically. Now we're going to cut you open, but seriously, he goes, it's going to be a small incision. You'll be fine. Yeah. When I woke up from that shit, man, I had an incision about 4 foot from here to here, like that, like from top to bottom. He cut me wide open. I wake up and I'm a hurting pup. I was hurting for days, really bad. But I got over it. And then that was like, so that was, the operation was on the Thursday, and that was the day, the first week I called out sick, which I didn't get paid for my sick day yet, Frank. That was the first week. So about a week later, I'm going to bed, and I'm like, oh, I got a little bit of stomach pain. It was a stomach pain. I thought my muscles were cramping up. I went to bed, and I woke up about, this is the scary part. I woke up about 1:30, and I was like, my stomach's killing me, guys. I'm not really sure, but I'm going to go try and relieve some of the pressure, we'll say. Well, this is where Mike Baumhoff and Don Wentner are going to have their good little laughs. I got up, we'll say, and went up and sat on the throne, and my stomach was hurting so bad, and I experienced what's known as a vasovagal incident, we'll call it. What happens is your blood pressure drops. Now, I could barely scream to my wife that I was going to pass out. I break out in a profuse sweat, and in my mind, I'm starting to die. I'm dying. Like my head is, I'm disappearing from reality slowly. But everything was closing in. I was weak. I couldn't lift my arms. I'm sweating. I'm dying. And the only thing that kind of kept me calm was I had one of these before about 15 years ago, which I thought I was dying that night. And so I'm like, I need an ambulance. I said, listen, I called an ambulance to get me to the hospital. I was that whacked out in the head, and stomach hurt like real bad, and I, so I get to the hospital and I'm screaming pain meds. I'm like, pain meds. I'm like, just give me pain meds. And as I said to my wife, I go, oh shit, I know what it is. I said, this is going to be a bowel obstruction. And with that, they come in and they go, yeah, you got a bowel obstruction. I'm like, shit. And I've had that before. Do you remember? You remember when I had the last one?
I do.
Yeah. I actually started having a stomach ache that day. I went to Tecton for 4 hours, and when I came home, I was in pain and had to go to the hospital. So last time they stuck a tube in my nose. And what that does is that relieves the pressure in your stomach, but it is the most embarrassing and stupidest thing in the world. Luckily, I didn't need one this time. So, long story short, I was only in a hospital for like 24 hours, and my bowel opened up. What happened was, behind my surgery, there's scar tissue. And that scar tissue is like bubble gum, and it must have reached out and grabbed some intestines and clogged them up. But one day, and as soon as that, well, not as soon, but as soon as that broke loose, we'll say, and believe me, if you have a bowel obstruction, you need to pass gas, and you never pray so much to pass gas in your life. And when it finally happens, I was like a little kid on Christmas. I was like, I passed gas. But I was still in a lot of pain after that, and I spent an extra day in the hospital just to relax and stay away from my
Did
wife.
you and Matt have bowel obstructions while you were down here visiting?
Yeah, you were
talked about passing gas.
Yeah, passing. Yeah, that's what it was. We were trying to breathe, and it was blocked, and it came back out as a snore. So, yeah, I've been recuperating since. That's another thing. When you have a bowel obstruction, you're not allowed to eat. You're not allowed to eat. So no food, no water. I had no food, no water for over a day and a half, and then they bring you back gradually. So I started on clear liquids, which what's clear liquids? Oh, this is the funny thing. So the first meal I was able to have was clear liquids. Then the second was full liquids. Now, do you know the difference between clear liquids and full liquids?
One's
You're
not
right.
clear.
Absolutely nothing. And I had to fight with them to get black coffee.
Like a milkshake, maybe?
Absolutely not. That's not even it. I had to fight to argue with them that coffee was a clearly. I want coffee. So basically, then I had really my first good meal was Thanksgiving. So I was at the Thanksgiving table, able to eat, family, nice meal. How was your Thanksgiving? I understand you had a problem with some turkey necks. Oh yeah,
no, that's just gross. I'm sorry. And you people out there that are defending Celeste on gnawing on that turkey neck, you're all sick.
I got to tell you,
the most gross thing.
I was really caught off guard. It took me a while to realize you spelled Neck. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm going to say. I'm like, it's
I couldn't get to my camera fast enough to take a picture of her with this thing. And for like 2 days before, she's gone, whatever you do, don't throw away the turkey neck. And she takes the turkey neck and she boils it in whatever concoction she makes up. And then she walks around the house and she on this turkey neck. And I think it's disgusting.
I do want to say this. As a result of that was the other thing. So in between all of this, I guess before I went to the hospital, I got the pathology report. And the pathology report came back and said that the tumor was cancerous. Now, you got this thing called My Chart, which gives you all your reports. And you know what? I don't know if I'm the kind of person that should be reading these reports, because now I read this thing's cancerous, and I shit my pants. I immediately go to my family doctor. What's this about? And he wasn't very. How do I put it? He didn't really soothe my mind, we'll say. So I put a phone call into my surgeon, and this is what got me, and I'm going to have a talk with him about this, is that I get a phone call from a nurse practitioner, and it was kind of like, why are you bothering me with this? I'm like, she goes, she goes, I don't know why you're calling. The doctor's going to go over with you on December 4th when you go there. I'm like, well, that ain't cutting it, lady. I'm like, you know what? I just read this report. And you know what? the doctor gave me his cell phone number, and I didn't really want to bother calling him, but I also didn't expect to get this caught off guard by this lady. And she goes, it really is a good report. So the report said that they got all of the tumor and that the margins.
It could have been like what, precancerous cells in it and
No,
stuff. They don't go into detail on what.
It's cancer. It was cancerous, but they got it all out. And I had known, and in the report it also said low risk. And I had known that the doctor, and was probably going to, the follow-up is going to be nothing, because the doctor told me there's no follow-up therapy, no chemo, no radiation, no nothing after this. And I really am going to research it. But,
turkey necks are good for that, I hear.
Turkey necks are good.
Yeah,
I just want, and in the light of what went on, there was someone close to me who went and got their scopes done on each end. And I just think that people need to be aware of early routine checkups, routine exams of what you need to do. You need to get them done. I've heard stories of people, and I'm not going to go into the detail of what the exams are, but people not getting their exams and things not getting caught early.
That was the thing. Thank God for a decent doctor that I went to, because honestly, I was never going to get a scope done at either end. I figured if I catch it, I'm just going to go. I'm not going to. And he when they tell you, it's nothing. You're unconscious.
Oh,
I apologize for them having to look at my ass, but other than that,
I'm not talking about just your scopes.
Well, right. You're both ends though. I didn't get the other one then.
Right, but women need certain exams done. Men need certain exams done. There's other exams. Listen, when I retired, the first thing I did was I went and got a stress test to check on my heart. Most of the time, your doctor's going to tell you everything came back well. Yeah, I saw that. Everything came back well.
We're going to go into detail.
Next week. Well, no, we might want to say that for February, because I got one coming up in February. So yeah, we can show on the doll
where the doctor touched you.
Oh my God. But I just want, like I said, I've heard stories of people not listen. If I hadn't gotten I did not get this routine scope done, I could have full-fledged in a certain period of time. Who knows how long? The doctors are going to say, look, you've got full-blown stomach cancer. We need to cut out your stomach, and chemo and radiation. You can get things nipped in the bud.
Exactly. Get it done early.
I don't want to put out any names, but there was someone who was close to me and you who did not get their situation checked, knew they had a lump, and never went and got it checked, and they are not here anymore.
No. And she knew she had a lump. She knew.
But never did anything about it. And I was talking to one of my neighbors. His wife didn't get anything checked, and all of a sudden she's got cancer. And so you're fighting a big battle. And I just want to say this before we move on. And we all know we're out here supporting Karen Kasupski in her battle and what she's going through. And I can't even begin to, listen. There's not much that happens. I got a little stomach cut open. I didn't have nothing much for me. But what people go through on a daily basis in the battles of cancer, from start to finish, is just hell. It's just hell. It is. It's just really, what these folks go through with the chemo, the radiation, and just the mental stress. I really, my heart goes out to all these folks that go through that battle. So let's also keep Karen in our thoughts. She's a tough cookie, dude.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, she's a tough cookie, and but still, I think today was her first chemo treatment. Was it today? Yesterday?
I don't know if it was today or yesterday. I remember reading the thing.
I got Shelly saying they're going to have a spring dig it dude at the farm. Shelly, that is a great idea. I was thinking about dig it dude today, to tell you the truth, and that there was a lot found. There was a lot found on that farm, and I want to go back. Yeah, I want to go back. A lot found. So Shelly, you know what, man? We will do it up on the spring it dude. On the spring it dude, because yeah, today was her first chemo, so she knows we're keeping it real. So I won't be detecting for a little bit. I'm mad. I want to get out, dude. I'm itching. I got to detect. I haven't detected in a while.
Me either.
I know, and it's cold here, dude. I'm freezing.
I listen. I moved to Florida for a reason. And it wasn't the alligators. It was tonight or tomorrow morning. It's going to be in the 30s here.
Yeah, well, it's cold here, and it kind of shocked me. I'm a little freezing, so it's going to be wintertime in Jersey soon. I know up north there's getting some snow up north already.
That snow up north is crazy. Some place got 58 inches of snow.
I don't want that.
All I know is that I had to put like real slippers on this morning because my feet were cold.
Yeah. So it is. It was chilly. We went down to the trailer over the weekend, and it was cold down there. I don't get it. And so, but I guess it is December 1st. So
yeah, tomorrow will be in the 30s here. It's gonna be lows are in the high 40s and 50s all week. Tomorrow is going to be the coldest day so far. And then next week, winter will be over and it'll be 95.
So, what else did I want to? I wanted to talk about something.
Oh, let me just throw this out there, guys, because my PM has been blowing up about Road to Meridian, the Mississippi Hunt. The tickets are live. It is live. There was a small glitch this morning that's been fixed. The tickets are live and they are selling. So
yeah, you were sucking tips off the website, I heard. Dude, I heard that was you that set that up to get the tips into your Venmo account. What the hell is that?
I felt it was only fair since I'm so wonderful. and then Barb texted me and said she wants her money back.
What? Yeah, well, she only tipped you 30 cents, and that was by accident.
No, that was not part of the event thing. That was part of the setup, service, the website. And Dan nixed that real quick and fixed it. But if you're going to go, remember, guys, we have 125 slots, and they are selling. I promise you.
I see.
I'm not going into too much detail about what I know about the site, and Greg knows I'm busting at the seams.
Well, but Greg coming on next week.
We've got like 20 pages of research on this site, and next week Greg is on with us live next week, and we're going to go into a lot more detail about this place.
Well, hopefully you and Matt Kwiatkowski can interview Greg really well next week. All right, so listen.
Greg said he's not doing it unless you're here.
I got a topic. Listen, you know what? This is really, really driving me nuts. And you know nothing about this, so I'm going to bring it out
good.
Because
I like being surprised.
No. This is different. All right, so you know what? I want to go. I get around this time of year, it starts to get cold, and I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I just want to go somewhere warm in the winter for a week. Okay, I just want to go, and so then I'm not going to say where, but I found a spot in the Caribbean where we could go cheaply for a week, airfare and accommodations for like $1,200 a person. For me and my wife.
Which isn't bad.
That's cheap. Now,
I told you I have a cousin that loves that place.
And I told you which one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you did. Yeah, okay, good. So you know. All right. So I mean, but there's beaches everywhere. I'm starting to do some research, and I'm watching YouTubes, and the place is the island's about 35 square miles, we'll say. So you can rent a car for like nothing and drive to all these different beaches. And my wife don't want to go. My wife don't want to. She don't want to go. No one will be here to watch the dog. Is her excuse.
Tell her, send the dog down to me. I'll take care of him.
Then, oh yeah, right. Yeah, I know how he'll come back. He won't be able to sit down when he gets back.
He loves me. Yeah, dog.
He don't need no 3 and 9 treatment. Trust me.
Listen,
but I'm like, we can
just get done this whole conversation about prophylactically testing.
Yeah, I'm talking about humans, not my dog.
We're going to be prophylactic with that dog.
So I mean, I don't. It's frustrating. I'm like, why don't you want to go? Where do you? She don't want to go anywhere, and I'm like, well, I might be going without you. I might just go. I mean, is it wrong of me to want to do like this trip? I mean, I
know.
There,
but then you
beaches.
go to these third world nations.
Is it? No, it's not.
You just come to Florida.
It's not. No, Florida. No. I want to detect populated beaches that have very little detecting done. Comprende?
Well, very little good detecting done down here anyway.
That's what I mean. Listen, I've seen one video of one person going there detecting, and they had a really good, but this is a place where you're right next to where they bring cruise ships in. So the people on the cruises are boom right on this beach, and then there's other
finding Greg Papalo's stuff. He's always on cruises.
That would be funny. Didn't he drop something?
He probably drops all kinds of stuff there. Yes,
so,
John Cuba. He wants to go to Guantanamo Bay.
I don't know. I mean, how do I put it? Am I having like a pipe dream, or I mean, listen, for $1,200 to be there for a week.
Now that is inclusive, that your hotel,
no, not the food, but everything's cheap down there, I think.
Yeah.
From what I've been looking at, and from what I understand, someone says go to the Virgin. Are there virgins there? Go to the Virgin Islands. I got a friend there that guides all the wrecks. What am I going to do? You're going to get. Listen, I don't get on
boat.
Oh, here's a good one. How about Hawaii? Yeah, if I want to spend $8 million. Oh yeah, here we go.
There ain't nothing cheap about Hawaii.
And
Thailand, there you go. That's for you.
Then there's Don Wentz idea, and believe me, listen, you think you're not close to hitting the bullseye with me? Yeah, dude. Never. I'm not even going to talk about that. So, I mean, what do people think about this idea of going on a detecting vacation? Now, you know what, Shell? Every place there is cheap, though. I know you're saying cheap isn't always good, but
this isn't a third world nation, Shell. This is actually a good place. It's just inexpensive.
And there might be other places, but I mean, what does anybody? I know. Well, like we said. John Porcello, he'll go on a boat, and he didn't even bring his detector last time. But it's good. I mean, you know what? Just a couple hours on the beach a day, then you relax and meals and beach, Yeah, go for it. If it sucks, at least it was cheap. Yeah, I know.
There you go.
Then
wait, the turkey neck lady just walked in. He's leaving.
Oh yeah, she's mad at us.
No, she's out here looking to see if I had any spare turkey necks laying around.
Yeah, I got a feeling
she really enjoys them. She really does.
When we get off the air, I'll tell you about a pretty good trick I think you could try.
That doesn't involve a box of popcorn, does it? I'm just saying.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, in a way it does. Yeah, a thing of popcorn. Yeah, that's one of the methods. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I can't do cruises. So I loved Mexico. Mexico is great. I just want to go in blue water. I want to go.
Didn't you spend a week in the hospital in Mexico?
A day. Yeah, that was
a day. I thought it was longer than that.
Well, I was in the beach. I was in the hospital dying. They were on the beach getting massages. So, I don't know. I mean, what is everyone? I mean, I don't know. I don't understand why people aren't doing this as much. $1,200. You go. You sit on the beach for a week. You detect, and eat good. Yeah, Matt, I did. I went to Mexico and hunted the resort I was at. I had a good time. I didn't really go off my resort, and then the one time I went, my machine broke, so I was kind of screwed. But that's what I'm talking about. Going to this place is going. There's numerous beaches,
and you're right. The places around that when I went to Jamaica, I hunted the beaches, and I literally pulled 2 memorial scents out of the beach in Jamaica. But the whole weekend, some major company was having a retreat. So every night on the volleyball court, they had bonfires. They were all drunk and falling. I walked out of Jamaica with like $1,200 in gold chains and rings and silver, and because they drunken stupor, maybe they drop it all over the beach. It wasn't the old stuff. It wasn't anything cool, but it was gold and silver.
So Ian Aiken says he wants to go back to Belize. I have heard Belize is a great place. Great place. Yeah, well, listen, in watching the YouTube videos, man, these beaches have hundreds of chairs out there. They're very narrow beaches. There's just, the only thing is, what do you think? You know what? See, I like Jersey because we got the rough waves that knock the stuff off of people. But do they still drop?
It's different. It's a different atmosphere in those beaches.
Do they still drop it in water that don't move? I mean, this water ain't moving out there.
The problem down here is that where the Gulf is, it's so shallow, and it's shallow for 150 yards out. They frolic 150 yards out.
That's not the case in this location I'm talking about. They don't go very far off the edge of the beach into the water, but there's no waves. So, I mean, do they still drop them in what I'm going to call it bland water? The water just don't move.
Yeah,
it's very very.
We have waves here, but literally, I'd have to walk over 100 yards or more out to get to where they're jumping around. And
I understand. You're missing my question, though. I'm talking about in this place I'm going.
Right. Yeah.
There's no mile walk involved. Everyone's right there. It's just right up to their neck. It's good. They don't go very far. But are they still
jumping around?
I don't know if they're jumping around too much either. But I mean, that's what I'm saying. So, listen, I just think that I want to go somewhere, and it's cheap. It's cheap. I get on a plane. I go for a week. So, do you think if I disappeared for a week, my wife would maybe recognize I was gone? Oh, I got an idea.
As long as the dog's there.
Yeah, at least she's able. Why don't I go to your house for a week?
Come on down.
No, I'll say I'm going to your house. I'll be at Frank's.
We'll pre-record some videos.
And here I am out in Barbados. So I don't know.
We'll pre-record a few videos. She'll never know the difference. All right, so we got our buddy popping on. We're going to get an update. Don't forget, guys. Like next week, I forget if it's the 8th or 9th. The Great Christmas Kids giveaway thing is happening over on Barb Connell's page. Barb's going to yell at me for the wrong name, but hey, Barb.
Oh, here she comes. Hi, Barb.
Hi, Barb. What's the
count?
How many kids you got signed up?
There you go.
Just shy of I'm trying to adjust my camera. Okay.
It's better, yeah.
I'm in my jammies. It's been a long day.
Hey, I'm not wearing any pants. So
We have almost 300 kids, and we closed the sign-ups down at midnight on the 30th of November. We got people still trying to join, but they won't be let in until after the giveaway. The giveaway is going to start between 4 and 5 o'clock on Friday. It'll go till 10, 11 o'clock that night, all day Saturday from 10 to 10. And then Sunday, Saturday, sometime, hopefully Thursday, I'm going to pre-program all of the events for Sunday. And Scooter's going to end them for me because I'm leaving to go to Virginia Sunday.
You're going to DIV, right?
And I wish I had. I want to do this right now. It's like really bad.
Can I tell you something? You got to go on that list, and the one kid's name, Little Frankie Lope. Little Frankie Lope doesn't belong on that list.
Look, he wants a metal detector.
Oh my God!
So,
by the way, Steve, all the elves are in the studio this week. I'm just letting you know. They're filming is about to begin.
They're doing a video. I love their.
Yeah, I got to do something with the Nutcrackers. I always do something crazy with them. I've got 5 of them. And we decided one's Josh and one's Chuck. And who did we call the other 2? I forget who the other 3 we named.
Is Chuck the one with the crooked arm? Chuck's the one with the crooked arm?
He's the pirate with
the pirate.
Yeah. Yeah, he's the pirate. Josh is the mouse.
I like that. So you have everything all in order. I mean, how many years have you been doing this?
Year number 7, and no, nothing is in order. Everything is chaos right now. Russ put in the order to ship detectors from Bounty Hunter, and I PM'd him yesterday and said, you never sent me an email telling me what detectors I was getting, and I don't have them. And he came back like, is this Barb? I'm like, yeah. Well, he got to work today, and he put the order in, but he forgot to give him my address. So I'm sure he was. So I'm sure he was in chaos mode this morning getting the address. He did send me what detectors are coming, but because I'm leaving Sunday, I normally would mail everything Monday. But I need a mental health week of digging, and so everything will get mailed out when I get back. So
how long are you in Virginia for, Barb?
I leave Sunday and don't come back to the following Monday. So
that's good.
7 days of digging.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good. What are you going to be digging?
We're doing Spillman Farm, which there was Confederate camps there. And then we have a day off, but my driver told me he has permission to this really nice property that I signed up to hunt like 4 or 5 years ago, and then they canceled the hunt. I know it's been hunted once, but mostly with VLFs. It's outside of Culpeper. So he better keep his word and take me on Thursday, or he won't be able to metal detect on Friday.
We all know, even though it's been hunted, doesn't, these large spread out properties like that don't mean.
Most of these properties people nighthawked, in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, but they did it with VLFs, and so I know there's been one organized hunt on this permission he has. And I know people that went, and they said there was hardly any PI. So if we go,
we did it in the 70s with 1970s VLS.
Right. Yeah. Right. And so he said we should be good to go Thursday. So we're taking our GPXs because there's hardly been any GPXs on the property unless they were there, without permission.
How's the soil? Are you still on the red soil over this property?
No, it's not as bad. We metal detected the property across the street from it. I tried my 800 there, but I know people that did use their Equinoxes and did okay. Um, so, I always take a backup machine. You never go to a metal detecting hunt with one
Absolutely.
machine, never. So I'll take my 800 with me, um, just in case that GPX gets heavy.
Yeah, but listen, you hitting it with the GPX for the first time. It's a good thing. That's cool.
Yeah. So today I wrapped all of the metal detectors I have, but I have four more coming. Andy and Charlene is sending me a MIDI, and that should be here tomorrow. And then
They are
Russ,
awesome. Andy and Charlene are awesome.
yeah, they're sending me swag too. Frank, after I had no fines cases, you send me 15, and I think I've got 15 more since then, which is
Good,
cool
good.
because I put one in all of the detectors, and
Right, right. Awesome.
I got I got a used 350, so I put a used pinpointer in with that one and a fines box. Uh, and so yeah, I need to make about 50 more gifts. But today
Woo.
was terrible. I went to the dump, went to the post office. Mark Hoover, who else sent me stuff? Oh, Shelly and Don. Their package
Well,
came
you're gone.
today,
Yeah.
and Barks Detecting, his package came today. And then I had to go to QP get gas because we got to go to Asheville tomorrow for a doctor's appointment. Went to Dollar Tree, Walmart. I had to pick up batteries for all of the pinpointers and the detectors because I don't want a kid to open something and their
Exactly.
dad. I remember that as a kid. My mother going, "What do you mean you forgot the batteries?" You know, and so everybody's got brand new batteries for anything that needs a battery. And then I grabbed lunch, came home, and oh, my refrigerator froze up a week
That
ago.
would be a freezer
And
then.
I don't know if the cooling element's gone, but it's still defrosting. Thank God I have another fridge and freezer to put everything in. And so that was my afternoon in wrapping metal detectors. So I'm just kind of,
So here's my question. What night will you be doing this broadcast?
it's the show starts between 4 and 5 on Friday, this Friday.
The 6th?
Yeah,
December 6th. Okay.
6th, 7th, and 8th.
Oh, you're doing 3 nights. So 6th, 7th, and 8th. And where can we tune in to watch this?
Facebook, just type in, excuse me, the Great Metal Detecting Christmas giveaway for kids 5 to 15 years of age.
Very simple.
And just to be clear,
Common,
all you really have to type in is Christmas and kids, and Barb's thing will pop up.
common spelling on all those words,
So I
correct?
typed in.
Yes,
Barb, would you, as the day comes on Thursday, would you post it on Detect America? Post the link
yep,
and
it's too late to join. I posted
but
a link on Detect America twice on
I'm
Detect.
not talking about joining. I'm talking about watching. You know,
Oh, yeah, you
yeah,
can join to watch.
that's what I was talking about.
I'll send you an invite.
I
I'll
want
send
to, well, put it on Detect America so everyone can see it.
it doesn't work that way.
Oh, it doesn't work that way. How does it work?
It works that the first I post a picture and I make the kids do something crazy and they got to pick a number between this number and that number. And so it may be find an animal and put it on your toilet with a number between 3 and 600. And if they don't follow what they have to do, they're not entered. So
Is
it,
that is that like when me and Frank would drive to Florida and he would tell me to reach into his pocket and get the quarters, get coins out of it?
no, you just have to post a number and do
Exactly
it
like
do it the way you're
Oh,
told.
this is something different.
and so
It's
it's
like when I
funny.
drive to Florida, I tell Steve to dump the bag of pistachios down my seat.
So I already made a post a week ago saying make sure your toilets are clean come December 6th because if you know, because we always do a toilet giveaway. Not they don't get the toilet, they get a
You got to
prize.
put something on the toilet and take a picture of it, Steve. And
In
I
the-
guess in the
Wait,
past,
wait,
people have
you're hold on. You're asking kids to do this?
Well, a lot of times their parents and grandparents are playing for them. You know, some of these kids are 5 years old. They don't have Facebook.
That's
So
what I'm
they're,
talking about.
well, you know, this is our 7th year. They know how crazy it gets.
like if you were playing, we'd have Debbie play for you.
Yeah, definitely.
Or maybe Sam.
And so sometimes we do a scavenger hunt. I'll give them like 8 things to find, and they've got to find and put it all in one picture, no computer generated stuff, and they got to put a number in the middle of it. The number is their entry, but they have to follow and do what they're told to do. So the parents love it because their kids run around all freaking weekend trying to collect the things to put them together and take their picture. And I always make the kids do the truffle shuffle. And a lot of the adults do the truffle shuffle for the kids because the kids won't, and it's hilarious.
You know, Barb, I could say a lot of stuff that would get us just kicked off the freaking internet right now.
I know.
I really could. I'm doing my best to refrain and hold back.
You know what? If I just said pick a number, they would type a number and that would be the end of it. And so
Exactly. You're making it fun, Barb. You're making it fun.
All I'm saying is you're giving me a lot of material that could really, really cost us our broadcasting license.
And so a lot of time I'll tell them they have to have something that digs. And you'd be amazed at the things they come up with, spoons and, you know, I mean, it's just crazy. Or I'll tell them they got to have animals, a bird, and you wouldn't believe the stuffed animals that people take pictures of because they don't have a real cat.
All right, kids. Now what I want you to do is go into mommy's closet.
It looks like a pinpointer.
Yeah, get the pinpointer out of mommy's closet.
I try. Actually, there's sometimes I'll post stuff and people will PM me. Do you realize what you posted? Because they got the dirty mind, not me.
Well, see, that's why I shouldn't be involved in this.
Well, the thing is, you got to realize it's just me. You know, this is all Josh and Chuck's fault. They started this, and they
set you up like a bowling pin. They started it and pawned it off on you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so, you know, by Thursday night, everything will be in a box or in a envelope to go out. Every single one is numbered. So when I do a prize, I just grab something from under the tree and I go, okay, this is for prize number 7. I don't even look what's in it. I ain't got time for that. And Friday night, we're running a contest every 20 to 40 minutes. So I'm having to start a contest and then pause, and thank God for Scooter because he watches the chats and makes sure there's no bad people saying bad things or posting bad things.
Imagine that. You're telling kids to do things and there's no bad people around.
Yeah, but you got to remember their parents and grandparents are doing this. So, you know, you don't know if they've been drinking on a Friday and Saturday night.
Well,
I've been
around for a couple where there's been a couple of elderly folks that had needed to get booted off the page.
I heard Jared from Subway wants to come help you.
No.
Oh my God! All right,
Mark makes it fun. The kids love. Obviously, the kids love it. There's 300 of them this year.
I can tell you, during COVID, I had more private messages from parents and grandparents that said, "You just don't know how bad we needed this weekend."
Oh, I think it's a great thing. I just like making a joke out of it. I just like looking at it from the funny aspect.
Oh, trust me, there are times I post
live, Barb.
I wish
live one year. You got to have them all come to your house.
Oh, I'm going to tell you this much right now. If you better block Baumhoff and Don Went from your page. You don't want them two in there. Those two, dude. No.
They're just trouble.
Did you see the post the other day? Whenever I go into my Facebook feed and it says Don Wendt mentions you in a post, I'm like,
Don Wendt and Michael Baumhoff mentioned you in a post.
mentioned you in a post, and I'm like, nah, there's nothing good that can come from a notification like that.
Oh, I know.
So
But
keep them out of it if you want to have a good.
Yeah, Scooter's the enforcer. Good job,
Scooter's a good guy. Yeah, he's a good wingman to have. Not like Frank.
yeah, he's actually started helping me. I think last year, or the year before, because I think it was 2 years ago when I had so many dang prizes. I had like 100 prizes, and it got to the point that every kid has a number in the spreadsheet. That I just started doing random. When I do random.orgs live for every giveaway, so that nobody can say it's rigged. I gave Frank's grandkids.
If they don't like it, they can call the complaint department.
Well, and the thing is I also check the spreadsheet because I always have people that can't read, and the post for detectors always says detector giveaway for 5-year-olds only, and I put only in capitals. And some idiot that has
make it clear, Barb.
and somebody will enter their kid who's 7 and they win, but I check my spreadsheet before I say you won, because one year I didn't.
Thank God all of our members are smart enough. They can read. All of our members are really sharp as tacks and understand how to follow directions to a T. Every single one of our members is precise when it comes to following directions.
Trust me. If people don't listen, people enter the wrong contest for their kids, and by the end of the weekend, I need a Valium, okay?
You know what, Barb? You make it clear on every giveaway. There is no ambiguity about who this contest is for. No, it's not. It's definitely on them. It's not on you.
The ambiguity is with the parent.
Oh, here's the best one is, and I won't say the name because he's a listener, but I did a giveaway, and I forget what it was for, and the person entered. Well, then I did the go live and announced the number, and one of their kids went in and edited the post with the right number.
Nice. I like that. None of our members, none of our Detect America members would ever
like Don Wendt. Don Wendt, do you have kids? That sounds like Don Wendt.
None of our members would ever cheat on any contest whatsoever.
So I PM'd the person and said, I can't award you the prize. You changed your number after the fact. I've got a timestamp here. I'm looking at. He goes, no, I did not. And I said, where are your boys? And they denied doing it, but we know one of them did it.
That timestamp is golden.
Yep, and it showed it was edited. And of course, my PM is, if everyone would stop PMing me, it would be great. But just because 20 people saw that, they're like, that kid can't win. He changed the number, And I'm like, oh my God.
A kid, they're out to hang a kid for a friggin' keychain. That kid can't win that keychain.
Actually, I have some really, really, really good stuff. We had 3.
I know. I know that. I'm just kidding.
Shelly and Don sent me a huge box of foreign coins, but they even tell what the coin is. They put them in, little sleeves.
Oh no! You got to understand. At Dig It, Shelly is. I'm going to say she's like borderline obsessive compulsive, because the tokens that were in the ground were so hermetically sealed. You could, like, it was a chip with a insignia of Dig It Dude with a coin behind it, like a penny, and that was put into a plastic sleeve, which was folded over about 8 times, and then taped like 19 different directions with tape, and you had to have these things open by 2:00. And it was 9 in the morning, and at 1:55, I'm still working on these things to try and get them open. So you don't have to tell me how obsessive compulsive that girl is.
That is such a guy thing. I want to tell you, I've got packages from Frank that I almost needed dynamite to get the tape off. There was
I don't
so
want
much.
to break.
And
Well, first of all, I didn't realize you were going to open up the coin boxes to use them, so that's why I put them in the. Or else I could have just dumped them in the damn box.
oh, but I'm talking the main boxes, and I had one last week. I was like, "What is it with guys and tape, man? This box got 3 layers of tape around it."
Well, Frank's neurotic. See, Shelly's obsessive compulsive. Frank is just basically neurotic, and there's a word that goes along with that, followed by up. Well, I don't really want to say it. I mean, I know I've cursed on here before, but Frank is basically neurotic / up. So you're not telling me anything I don't know.
Yeah, and so the Ace 350, I won't say who donated that, but it had 80 million pounds of tape on it, and so I had to cut it out because I wanted to make sure I have checked to make sure anything you sent to me works before I ship it out.
Right.
And so then I had to repackage it, and I'm like, I'm putting it back in the same box. So I pity the person who wins that detector because I had to put 80 more pounds of tape on it to keep it rectangle.
Well, I think you do a good job. 7th year. I wish you a lot of luck. And I might just sit back and watch and laugh. I'll never make things easy for you too. So if I happen to catch one of these broadcasts, you better look out. You don't know what I'll do.
I'll just
wait for the toilet contest.
I'll do whatever I can to throw a wrench in this thing.
Oh yeah. I gotta find my one piece of paper. I should have 12 detectors this year.
Quite organized. You just seem very organized over there.
I know she's talking spreadsheet. Remember when we used to take the list? I try to write. Oh wait, give me a piece of paper out of the printer. We write the names.
Yeah, we've given over 70 detectors, and it's in this book. I keep everything in this stupid book. And I can't find it, but I know it's over 70. And so with 12, here it is, 78. And if I get 12 this year, it'll be 90 detectors in 7 years.
Get out. 78 and 12 is 90. No. 78 and 12. Let me go put my calculator up on the computer.
It is. It's 90. Math's my best subject. Shut up.
It could be my worst subject. I can figure out that's 90.
You seem to have mastered the English language pretty well.
And so I think that's pretty good to give away 90 detectors in 7 years.
I think you're awesome. I think it's a great thing, like I said. So, listen, we got to wrap it up. It's pushing 9 o'clock. I'm tired, and I can't stand Frank anymore.
Frank probably can't stand you either. All right. I love you. I'll go.
Good night.
All right, Barb, we'll be watching.
So, yeah, I tried to quit the show at 7 o'clock tonight. Frank was like, no. Fuck, I can't win.
No, I would say I didn't. If anybody that knows what I'm doing knows that I am in the shop probably 10 hours every day this week. I don't have a prize for tonight. I have a special prize for next week.
Good.
When Greg Capello's on, we're going to be talking about Road to Meridian.
I don't want to
next week, guys, I have a special prize.
I don't want to do a prize.
Tonight, I don't have anything. I don't have anything that I have a special. I'm just gonna give you a hint. I have a special prize for next week.
Dude, you crack me up. Thank God. Listen,
God.
Did
you hear? I got to tell it. Did you hear the Michael Price story?
No.
The last year we did our annual video with the dolls, and I made a special doll, and I surgically implanted a bunch of coins.
I think it was
And
like
we
voodoo.
gave it away.
I felt that when you did that.
So I gave, we gave it away on the show, and then boom, it's gone. I couldn't find the doll anywhere. I have no idea what happened to it. I told Mike, I said, I'm looking. I have no idea. Well, what happened was I picked them up because it looked like the other doll, and I put it in with the Christmas decorations. So I did a quick picture last week of the scope cam.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And it had 3 and 9 on the back of it. And Mike Price goes, "Isn't that the doll I won?" So I had to give it a rectal examination, and sure enough, there were coins inside it. So Mike Price, if he doesn't have it already, it was mailed to him this week. And once again, I got the prize out before Christmas.
You're such a boob. You're such a boob. It's hilarious. I got it out before. So maybe who knows what the person will get this year or not.
I am.
It was like the pinpointing you found. It's like the pinpointing you found in your grill.
I know, right?
I lost that pinpointer. I lost that pinpointer 6 years ago. Would you believe it was in the grill? Oh yeah, it shows how much you use that grill.
Brand new, never opened.
Shows how much you use that grill. So yeah.
Stay tuned. We're having a very special Christmas giveaway next week.
That's if I do the show. Matt Kwiatkowski can do the wheel. All right, listen. Thanks, guys, for being here. Everything's great. You're all awesome. Next week, Mr. Greg Papalo with the Road to Meridian.
Road to Meridian. Get excited.
And I've been working on a guest, and we're going to talk about getting some kind of guests or something, but I'm trying to work on a good one, and I had to fill out this whole request. And I filled it out and mailed it in, and I haven't heard anything back. Like a what was it called? A celebrity request or something? I don't know.
But I hope it comes on.
A media request. You got,
I had Josh Gates lined up, but he's so busy.
That other guy said he can get him on here in a heartbeat. I don't know what you're talking about.
Listen, he wants to do a good performance here. That's why he's preparing himself.
He won't do the show unless I'm on it.
That's what it is.
All right, everybody. Good night.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
Keep in touch. Yeah, it's all good. I'll shut Facebook down because we can't forget that one. Remember that?